What's up, guys? It's your boy Kazaris back finally with another fun little deck profile. I had to come back for my babies, my Triamids, my rock brethren. We got the brand new Triamid Sphinx. This card is busted. The deck still has a lot of the same problems. However, it has a really consistent power play in Sphinx, and I think that might be enough to get it low tiered. The box came out yesterday, and I think there was a battle phase tournament, and they were like, and one made top 16. So I think it definitely has solid potential. So what Triamid Sphinx does is it can't be normal summoned or set. It has to be either special summoned by its effect or by the effect of a Triamid card, and it can't be special summoned by other ways. So it special summons itself if a face-up Triamid card you control except himself is destroyed by battle or card effect. So if one of your monsters is destroyed by battle or card effect, he can summon himself from hand, kind of like Desperado Barrel Dragon. But also if a field spell or Triamid Pulse is destroyed by card effect, not by battle, it can also still special summon itself. So that's a really cool dimension to the deck that people sometimes miss. It can also be special summoned off of Pulse's effect or off of King Golem's effect. So if I send King Golem to swap to like a cruiser or something, I can then use King Golem's effect to summon Sphinx from my hand. Or if Sphinx is in the graveyard, if I sent it with like if I went to draw a card and discard a card with cruiser and I discarded Sphinx, I could then bring it back with Pulse. Or if it's just, or if I summoned it once and it got destroyed, then I could just bring it back. Or I could shuffle it back with Dancer and then search it again with Cruiser. Or I could add it back from the graveyard with Fortress. So this deck just has a lot of synergy already. You don't need more than one Sphinx. You can play more, but you're going to brick more, especially with balance. Like, if your only monster is Sphinx, you're not going to do well that game, because you still need these monsters to be able to be constantly swapping field spells and going through your resources, because that's what this deck does best. If it's not able to cycle through its resources, you're not able to search, you're not able to add back from grave, you're not able to pop cards or special summon from grave, you're just not able to get your engine going. And like, sure, you have a 3000 Sphinx on the field if you just open Sphinx, but Sphinx doesn't have the effect to swap field spells. So that's the only downside to him. The other part of his effect is he gains 500 attack and defense for each field spell card with a different name in the graveyard, and your opponent's monsters cannot attack except him. They can only attack him. But you have to have another Triamid card on the field for this effect to be activated. So like if you have Sphinx with King Golem on the field, and you have a Cruiser, a King Golem, and a Fortress in the graveyard, he has 4,000 attack. Sorry, no, he has 4,500 attack. He gains 500 for each field spell, so he gains 15, and then he gains 500 from King Golem. If you have one Dancer boost on top of that, he is 5,000. So he gets big fast. Karma Cut is kind of a pain because it'll banish him, but I mean, like, you still win as you normally would with the rest of the Triamid cards. You just keep Dancer boosting and pumping up your guys and using Master to pop back row, and you just play Triamids like normal if your Sphinx gets Karma Cutted. So it's not that big of a deal. But yeah, so just searching him off a Cruiser and just having him in your hand when your opponent's going to try and destroy cards on your field is just a huge threat. It's just like searching Desperado Barrel Dragon. Now your opponent's just like, well, if I destroy his shit, I'm just going to get my face beaten, so why even bother? And then you just snowball resources even more. It's a really solid deck. Sphinx just adds a whole other dimension in a consistent power play that the deck needed. But this is a list. 3 Master, 2 Hunter. I know I said like last year that I would switch this ratio 3 Hunter, 2 Master, but Hunter sucks on his own. Like, if I'm going to have one monster, I want it to be either Master or Dancer, preferably Master, but just like, Hunter is really good with another monster, but if you don't have another monster, Hunter sucks. Like, it is the worst one on his own. And again, like if I open like Master, Cruiser, King Golem, and a trap, I can still play King Golem over the Cruiser to search Hunter and then normal summon both monsters like normal. So like Hunter is still searchable through Cruiser, so it's not like not going to see Hunter with another monster. I'm just going to see Hunter on his own less, which is kind of the goal. And like, say I open like double master King Golem and a trap, I can still go master King Golem, set the trap, and then on the following turn, master can swap King Golem, and then King Golem can summon the other master from my hand. So that in that sense, it's like I established 2 monsters, but I also have 2 master, which is way better than Hunter, just in general. So this is a list. It's pretty standard. I think this monster ratio is correct. This field spell ratio has always been correct. Maybe play the second fortress, but I would not cut Cruiser or King Golem ever. I mean, unless the build changes drastically in the future, just for the balance, I would not change Cruiser or King Golem at all. As for the traps, 3 Fiendish, 3 Canadia, 2 Pulse. Canadia is great with Master. You just flip like Sun Saga or a Neos, and then you pop it with Master on the following turn, and they can't protect with Neos Fusion or with Sun Saga's effect. Pretty nice. I like Canadia better than Floodgate just because Canadia is chainable. Like if I draw Floodgate going second, and they have a field full of monsters, it's kind of useless. I'd rather have Canadia all the time. And then 2 Pulse. Pulse is a great card. I just don't want to see multiples. And it's recyclable with Dancer. Like if Pulse gets destroyed and it's in the graveyard, I can shuffle it back with Dancer. So pretty neat. Pretty neat. The deck is really straightforward. I'll show you guys. I'll teach you guys the combos again as we get into the games. But yeah, stick around. We'll just jump right in. All right, we're up against the Sito Kaiba. Probably Blue Eyes. We're going first. Ooh, rank up to Legend. Do this real quick. His hand is not bad. I want to try and get the draw here. I think I'd discard the Dancer here. Right? Do I discard? Yeah, I'm going to discard the Dancer here. Just because this other Master is going to put in more pressure on the following turn. On his turn, I can Master use its effect to swap Cruiser into King Golem, and then Cruiser can grab the Sphinx. That way, if he does anything to kill the Master, I can have Sphinx Master on the following turn. He's going to normal summon. Oh, he's going to use Sage effect. Let's see. Oh, Sage effect. That's cool. Huh. Summon Dragon Spear of White. See what he targets. Target's the right one. Chain it. Why not? We'll see. He's just gonna summon back Glow Up and make Spirit Dragon. But why not? See, I'll just activate it now. See if it baits any other response. So he either has a chainable quick play or he has the Blue Eyes in hand. More likely he has the Blue Eyes in hand, so that just meaning he can tag out Dragon Spirit into Blue Eyes. Best case scenario there would have been no, actually I guess that was best case. Yeah. So I'm gonna so we can grab the Sphinx here and we can't die. Yeah, we're definitely not gonna die. Glove effect, it's fine. Ew, ancient rules. So we can either Cosmo Brain Tribute the Glow Up and just get a field full of big monsters, or we can synchro with the Dragon Spirit of White, or we can tribute the Dragon Spirit of White. Yeah. So he's gonna do that, get a Blue Eyes. I don't really know why. I guess so that he has better draws, so that he can't draw the Blue Eyes, maybe. That would make sense. Synchro for... Oh, he's got an alternative. Interesting. Huh. Okay, so now I have to switch to Fortress. Yeah. Switch to Fortress here. If I don't switch to Fortress, I die, because on the resolution of Master Effect, it would die by Alternative's effect before I could search the Sphinx, in which case he just synchros and attacks me for 5,600. So I have to protect the Master here. That way if he kills me in battle, he doesn't have to kill me in battle, but if he does, then I'm able to get out Sphinx. So yeah, that was the play I had to do. And Fortress can add back Dancer, which is cool. So you have the Dancer in the grave. He's got a Vermilion Dragon mech. If he pops the field spell, I still get Sphinx. What? Ladder people, man, they don't read. Alright, summon Sphinx in defense, because otherwise he'd be at 3,000 attack. Fortress gives him an extra 500, and he gains 500 from the cruiser in the graveyard. We are going to... So I'm going to activate the cruiser here, because we'd lose the 500 defense once Fortress leaves, but Fortress being in the graveyard gives us another name, which means Sphinx gets the boost by an extra... He retains the 500 defense boost, and he gets the 500 attack boost. So I'm going to try and get Cruiser's effect again. Ew. Alright, that's fine. He can only attack... does he have a tuner grade? Yeah, okay. So he can only attack the Sphinx now, which is pretty neat. And we still have Master Effect to swap. Yeah, we're in a good position. We don't have a Fortress in deck, so if he's able to summon back the alternative, then he can pop the Sphinx. Alright, he's going to scoop it up there. Pretty nice. Straightforward win. Sphinx putting in work. Let's do another one. Need to rank up. Oh, Sedekago again. Is this the same guy? I don't think so. No, it can't be the same guy. I just ranked up. Ultimate Dragons. Ew. Hand is good. If we draw a monster. If we draw like Dancer or another master, this master can swap out King Golem on his turn, and then we can summon the other monster. Oh, draw Cruiser. That's also good. So we're gonna go Cruiser effect, or not Cruiser effect. We're gonna activate Cruiser, and then we're gonna play King Golem over top of it. If he Cyclones here, that's honestly just fine. Okay. Play King Golem over top. Cruiser effect. Search Hunter. Or no, if I grab Hunter here, that threatens lethal, so he has to respond. Because Hunter Master is 19 and 23 with King Golem, so that's 4,200 damage. So, nope, nothing. All right, he's got nothing, boys. Nothing on summon. If he lets me go to battle phase, I just win. If he lets me get to battle phase unanswered. All right, cool, I win. Alright, 2 swift wins right in a row. Love it. Alright, real quick, let's check his back row. What could that have been? Like, either A, he's stupid and didn't realize he had to activate, or B, it was just nothing. What's your bets? I'm gonna go with A, he was stupid and didn't activate anything. Yep. So it was Econ, Regeki Break. Yeah, it was Econ or Regeki Break. He had plenty of chances to use this. Okay, let's do another one. Alright. Dark Sign of Kaelin Kessler. It's either Bluff Infernity or Actual Infernity. We'll see. This hand is not too bad. Always make sure you're activating Cruiser first. Like, even if we're not using Cruiser's draw effect here, but we still get the 500 health, life points, whatever. Which is still pretty crucial. Just get that life point whenever you can. Get those life points whenever you can, because every little bit matters, or will matter, especially in a grindy game, which this deck goes to a lot. Karakuri, so it is Bluffed Infernities. Interesting. He has the Merchant. Okay, so I'm going to toggle on here. I want to read Kunamzan, right? That's what he's going to add, okay. Okay, this card changes. You can target one Karakuri monster you control, changes battle position if you do special summon. So if I flip, wait. If I flip this, I don't think I'll be able to target it. So I'm gonna flip it. Forbidden Lance, bro. Yeah. Okay. he's gonna Kunamzan. Switch it. It's fine. Yeah. So I did the correct play there. Now he's gonna go Beret, and I'm gonna Fiendish it. But I might summon back the Canadian. I don't know. No. Yes. No. No. So it is a bluffed Infernity. So he's gonna go Beret here. Kunamzan. This card's really good. Pretty busted. It just makes Inashichi a 1-card Beret, which is good. It's going Sam D. Cool. Just gonna draw. Huh. Not going for the Beret. Very interesting. Battle phase, I'm gonna activate the Fiendish Chain here. Yeah, I can kill this in battle and he won't get a machine back. I don't think I'm gonna so I'm gonna be searching Dancer with this Cruiser. And then I'm gonna be playing King Golem and then Dancer boost, and King Golem will get Master to 28, which is enough to swing over that. And Dancer will be 12, Canadian will be 12, or Dancer will be 16, Canadian will be 12. So that's only gonna be 3k total. I don't think it might be worth bringing back just in case he has like Cyclone or something. Yeah, so that he can't Cyclone anything because I'll be at 1,000 health, assuming all this goes through. End turn, use effect, swap to King Jolem. King Jolem. Search Dancer. I could also search Sphinx and Crash, but I feel like that's not anywhere near as good. Drew another Canadian, that's pretty cool. Dancer effect. So he has no responses here. Alright, so Blardle phase. Why do I feel like that's a Wall of Disruption? Do I do it? What do I fear more? I fear Wall of Destruction more in this instance. I'm not going to attack. Yeah. If I wall the D, then I'm really screwed, kind of. So I'm not going to do that. Yeah, there was no delay on any summon or anything. He's just going to pass. Wow. Alright, so we're just going to go Cruiser, Dancer, Effect, swap to King Golem again. This way we just get another search. We can get another Dancer boost on the following turn. Pretty nice. We're going to grab Sphinx here because this is game on board. So I'm not too worried about that. Third Canadian, nice. Dancer effect, we're going to return the King Golem because we have less King Golems in deck than we do Cruiser. Just so we want to maintain good amounts of field spells, and this is going to be 3,300 per game. So that's pretty easy Curry match. Curry. We went first. Let's check his deck real quick, see if he had the Wall of Disruption. Seto Kaiba. This is the third one of the video. Let's see if it actually makes it in. I'm going first. Nice. The simplest change they can make to the game that would impact it drastically is if you get heads, you get to choose first or second. Getting tails means you don't get to choose. If you get to choose first or second, the game changes drastically. Like Cyber Dragon becomes good again. So many going second decks, like Blackwings, become insane because you get to always go second if you want. We're gonna go Cruiser effect. Grab the Hunter. See, this is why I like 200 better than Master. Because in this case, like, we didn't open the Hunter. Like, we're playing less, so we see it less. But, like, playing a field spell over Cruiser is still a Hunter search, and then we'll have another monster. So we're able to establish 2 still. And again, Master with King Golem on the field with another monster in hand. On the following turn, we get to special that monster in hand after sending King Golem with Master effect. So it's as if we established 2 monsters. Do I Fiendish this? It's like if he has another Sage, I don't care what he adds here. I don't care what he adds here. Like nothing he adds is a threat to me. I just care about him using Sage on this Sage to summon the Dragon Spirit of White from deck. Cards like Consonants. Okay, that's fine. Like he can't do anything this turn. That's the point. Set 2. Setting 3. Jeez. I'm gonna leave toggle on. I don't have to, but I'm just gonna do it. Just makes me feel safer. He's gonna go White Stone of Ancients, summon Dragon's Spirit of Light. Hopefully he targets a field spell. That would be ideal. That way I don't have to fiendish anything. Ah, alright, cool. Works for me. He can't respond with any of the back row. He just set it this turn. His Blue Eyes in hand, we know that. Okay, because there was a delay. It couldn't have been any of the back row. The only card that could have been giving us the delay was the Dragon Spirit of Light. So we're gonna Cruiser. Now we're gonna Master. Sure, and do what you need. Sounds good, buddy. We're gonna activate the King Golem here. I use Cruiser effect. Now, do I get... Oh, I think I have to get Sphinx and Crash here. I mean, it depends on my draw, but like I can't plan on my draw, so I think I have to get Sphinx and Crash here just so I can... Like I go... Master, smack into the Sage, Hunter, Crash into the Blue Eyes, summon Sphinx. Okay, so I add Sphinx here. Dodo. Yeah. Kind of fear an ulti-prov. With double Fiendish though. As soon as I get in a battle phase, I don't think you can activate anything. Okay. So. Up to you. What you got? Silver's Cry. Okay, so we still have the Fiendish. That's good. And you can't dodge it this time because he already used its effect. He has the Blue Eyes out. Nice. Unless he has another Blue Eyes. That was. But if he does, we can still Crash and get Sphinx out. So maybe we got something going on. Dog. Okay. Either way. Really? All right. Well. Anyway, he didn't target our field spell, so I'm not that worried about it. Man, that 2 Blue Eyes in hand. Well, on the bright side, we don't have to fear any Regeki Break or Karma Cut. No, I'm still going to battle phase. Wait. If I summon this Sphinx under King Golem, that's 4k. And then I can just beat over the Sage. Alright, that's the play, boys. Booyah. You can't respond because this is all during the battle. Game. Bye-bye. Heads up plays, boys. Schmacked. That would have sucked if I missed that lethal. Alright, awesome. Screw it. These have been some quick ones. Let's do one final one. Alright, we are up against a Seto Kaiba. We are going Shakond. This is the 4th one of the video. Jesus, man. Life Point Boost Alpha. Maybe it's... He has an extra deck. It might be Evil Eye. It might just be some shitty deck with Life Point Boost Alpha. I don't know. We'll see. Come on, buddy. Make a move. Oh, so it's Black Wings with Life Point Boost Alpha. And this man opened Whirlwind Saloon. Nice. But he can't search Zephyros. He doesn't have the Harpy's Hunting Ground. So what does he search? Orochi and Gale? Is that even good? What the? Does he already have the Orochi? Tell me he already has the Orochi. Oh, right. Oh, he can almost summon Gale. Right, okay. Right. Almost summon Gale, Crab, Orochi, and Armatin? Orochi? Or does he only have one target? He only has one target. Okay. So, now what? Make 7? make a 7. Sitting Hawk Joe, summon back some Moon. This is so bad. Oh, he already has the Harmat. Okay. He's gonna make... He's gonna make Onimaru, but not the good Onimaru, only the 3k Onimaru. Just can't go up to 6k. Okay. Summon back some Moon. That wasn't awful. Wait, what does this thing do? Gains 500 attack until the end of it. So it's like a shitty Kalut. Alright. So I am going to go... Yeah. Cruiser. Any delay is just that shitty Kalut in his hand. Cruiser, I'm going to use Cruiser's effect because we can discard this Dancer here. I just want more back row. Okay, we're going to go Cruiser over Cruiser. Grab a Schmaster. I'm not worried because his field is clogged. This can't go up to 6k. I can Fiendish this. I'm not worried at all. No, you know what? Screw it. I'm gonna Cruiser effect again. I don't need this Dancer. Give me more backup. Give me Pulse. Double Fiendish. Rather, because like I can't Fiendish both Synchros. If I can Fiendish this one, but if I target his Hawk Joe, he'll just make it retarget the Samorg or the Simoon, not Samorg. I don't want another Fiendish. I'd rather just keep the Dancer because then I can go swap Cruiser for King Golem, search Sphinx, swap King Golem for Fortress, summon Dancer with King Golem's effect, and then Dancer swap Fortress for King Golem again, and then on the following turn I can just crash and summon the big ass 4500 Sphinx and beat his face in. Hey, bud. Oh. Let's make it level 1. I want to Fiendish that. No, thank you. I do not want this Raikiri coming out. Your board can stay clogged. Thanks. He would go, haha, it was a little clever. A little clever there. Let's see what he's doing. Then make it level 1, and then make Raikiri, and then bring back Onimaru, pop 2. No thanks. Okay, yeah, let's do this now. Master effect. King Golem. Cruiser effect. Sphinx. Alright, now thinking. Do I want to let this die? If I let this die, I get Sphinx, and then I can still get Dancer. If I do the Dancer play now, it gets to redeclare. I'm gonna let this die, and then I get Sphinx. Summon in defense. Now I can't beat over my Hunter. Yeah, nice. That was a cheeky little play. I didn't think of that. That was cool. Good thing I kept a Fiendish chain though. What are you doing? You can't. He doesn't read. Oh wait, shit. Now I'm gonna let him redeclare. Damn it. That was dumb. I get to make him redeclare. Oh well. No, he can't redeclare. He can still only attack Sphinx. Biggest to choose not to, I guess. Now this Fortress can have back Master. Ooh. Alright. Activate this King Golem. Fortress Engrave. Oh, I get to make this Sphinx thick. 5k Sphinx. Whew. Big boy. Big boy. Shuffle back a cruiser. There's still one in the grave. Ooh, my boy. Damn, he's thick. Alright, what are we attacking? If I attack the Hawkjaw, he can't redirect. Yeah, I'm gonna attack for 24 and 800. Yeah. Or no, that's fine. Okay. You can change his defense. Like if I stalled, if I tried to like wait a turn to leave his field stalled or full clogged, I guess, then he could just switch everything to defense, and then I'd still have to attack him eventually, and I just wouldn't deal any damage. Don't know what's in his hand. It's in my grave. Okay, so I'm going to go Haunter effect. Yeah. And Pulse effect. I'm going to banish the Hunter and the King Golem in my grave to pop this Whirlwind. That way he doesn't get a search. Because I can't pop the Chris because it can't be destroyed by a spell trap effect once per turn. I'm going to activate the Cruiser. Yeah, that's fine. Dog. Oh my god, yeah, it's a girl. It's fine, it's whatever, it's fine. What? This man's really halving Hunter? Is he stupid? If I win this, if I win this just because he didn't target Sphinx, I'm not counting it as a win. Well, I wasn't gonna lose, but he was gonna have a 5k Chidori, which is kind of a bitch. You can't. Okay. Grab another master. Cool. Can't summon anything through the King Golem. Summon Master. Activate Dancer. Shuffle back Cruiser. You have Pulse to bring back Sphinx, or you could have shuffled back Sphinx and then use Cruiser to search it again. There's a lot of ways to do stuff. I'm going to set the Canadia just because I don't want to be stupid. And we're going to attack. Turn off toggle so I'm not bothered. And game. So yeah, so the halving, I don't think it mattered. So if he halved Sphinx, he would have had his Chidori alive still. But I still had Pulse Effect to destroy it with King Golem on the field so that he didn't get the search. And then I still had lethal because, yeah. So it didn't matter because I could just attack with any Triamid into the Chidori, put it under the effect of King Golem. Now he can't bring you can't bring anything back. Actually, I don't think he had anything because Hawkjaw not a wing beast. But regardless, then I just used Pulse Effect to pop the Chidori, can't get its effect, attack over the Onamaru, and then I win. So regardless, that was a win. Doesn't matter what he targeted. So yeah, so that's going to do it, guys. I had a lot of games in there. I hope you enjoyed. I love this deck. This is the deck that I was the expert for in Duel Links meta. I'm going to update the guide a bit and try and get it again. We'll see. But not much change with Sphinx. It's just a huge power play that you get every game, and you can get multiple times a game if the game goes on long enough. Like, if you get Sphinx out, it's usually to try and push for game, but like the very few times that it doesn't result in winning the game immediately, like kind of like that Blackwing game, you can just recur it really easily. Dancer, shuffle it back, search it again with Cruiser, or add it back from grave with Fortress, or summon it back from the grave with Pulse. There's so many ways to recur it and summon it initially off of its own effect in King Golem and stuff like that. So the deck is really fun. We are now officially full power. We have every card. There's nothing else we can get. Sphinx was the last one we needed. And hopefully we can get tiered again with it. So yeah, I'll keep you guys updated. There was a Lightsworn build that I was messing around with that I just don't... The problem with balance is that it's really consistent, but the ceiling is so low. Like, it doesn't have huge power plays that it can do. It can't make huge pushes quickly. It needs to snowball every game. Except for those rare games like that Blue Eyes game where he was just stupid. I shouldn't have won that one. I just summoned Hunter and Master with King Golem up and attacked for game. I mean, those can happen every once in a while, but like with this balance build, you need to snowball your resources and get so much that you're just way ahead of your opponent. Whereas like the Lightsworn build that I was messing with, it was block Dragon, charge the Light Brigade, and it tried to get Pulse to bring this. You stack up your resources in the grave and you get them back with like Fortress and Pulse and stuff. But there just wasn't enough recursion. Like you only had Fortress and Pulse to summon back and add back from grave, and you only had Charge and Grass and Raiden to mill. It's like in 30 cards is not a lot and just wasn't doing enough, I don't think. So balance is just consistently good, consistently gets you those good hands every turn, and allows you to always have plays, whereas the Lightsworn build could brick more. But yeah, that's going to wrap it up for the video, guys. I hope you enjoyed. I will catch you in the next one, whenever that is. Just, I don't want to set expectations for myself, but I do want to give you guys some cool entertainment when I can. Peace.